Hey guys, welcome back to another week of my pantry challenge. We're in week 2. We're actually a little bit past week 2 right now, but I didn't go grocery shopping until yesterday, so it is what it is. I pulled out some stuff from my freezer. I thought I would share with you guys what I'm planning to use up over the next few days. I finished my turkey pepperoni, so I pulled another one from the freezer. This freezes and thaws out really nicely, so pulled that guy out, pulled out some ground chicken breast. I'm planning to do chicken meatballs, kind of like a take on meatloaf, but with chicken. So we're gonna have that and probably some mashed potatoes and maybe some carrots or something on the side, or maybe sweet potato and carrots. I haven't really decided. And then I have some of the Tyson boneless skinless chicken breasts. I have probably about 4 or 5 large breasts in here. So I'm going to thaw these out. I'm going to use 3 of them, about a pound, for chicken enchilada soup, and then have 2 just for like lunches, wraps, and stuff like that. So I have that. I have some breaded chicken that I'm going to use for lunch today. We're going to have this with some leftover spaghetti noodles. I don't have any more sauce, but I just have the noodles. So I'm going to heat these up in the air fryer, and I'm going to pair it with some Alfredo sauce and the spaghetti noodles. That's what we're having up for lunch. And then I pulled out some frozen spinach. So we buy the spinach from either Costco or Sam's. Huge bag for about $3, but it will go bad very quickly. So what we do is we split it up into 3 bags, freeze part of it, use some of it fresh, use the frozen for smoothies. So we ran out of our frozen bag that we had inside, so I pulled one from the deep freezer. And then that's just a bottle of distilled, I actually used the distilled water bottle for my chicken broth. I made chicken in the Instant Pot with chicken, homemade chicken stock, I don't know, maybe about a month ago, and I just put it in here and stuck it in the freezer. So I'm thawing it out. I need some for the chicken enchilada soup, and then I'm going to keep it in the fridge for the next few days and just use it with meals and recipes. So more things to clean out the freezer with, but all of it's gonna go in the inside freezer or the fridge to use over the next few days. Don't mind the styrofoam plate. We've been swimming all day and we're having a quick throw together type of meal. We had some chicken marinated in achiote in the fridge, so it needed to be cooked up. So we threw it on the barbecue while we were swimming. Well, we were swimming. Andres barbecued this. So we're having just some chicken quarters, some instant mashed potatoes from my stockpile, and a pickle on the side. That's what's for dinner tonight. Not very impressive, not super crazy. If we had had some frozen corn, or we could have grilled some hot dogs, but we didn't have any. We didn't have frozen corn on the cob, and we did not have any hot dogs thawed out. So this is just a quick throw it together type of meal. Very inexpensive and super good. I thought I would share this hack with you guys. I already started, but you just take a regular hand mixer and you shred your chicken. So easy. We've already dug into this, but tonight's dinner is chicken enchilada soup. And it's a crock pot recipe, super easy. It was literally just a dump and go type of recipe, which are my fave. I had everything in the pantry. It has white beans, black beans, tomatoes, cilantro, some chicken, cream cheese, and chicken stock. So I will leave the recipe down below, but it is delicious. I'm serving it up with a side of On the Border Cantina Thins. We have about half a bag of those. So this is what's for dinner tonight. Again, a very inexpensive meal. I only used 3 chicken breasts in here, and we're gonna have enough for 2 meals for us, which is great. So yeah, I'll link that down below. I'm making my coffee, but I thought I would share breakfast today. Haven't really shared a bunch of breakfasts with you guys. So this breakfast is kind of a use what we had left over. We had a bunch of little tiny russet potatoes that were left over from the 5-pound bag that we got a few weeks back. So those were all cut up and sauteed up. It's really a great inexpensive way. I can get a 5-pound bag of russet potatoes for around $2, and that lasts several meals for us. with, you know, some eggs, and it really stretches your breakfast. It has a lot more sustainability for your kiddos and for yourself, and just in general for very inexpensive, you know, help stretch the budget. And then we just happen to have some sausage brats from Sam's that were in the fridge that needed to be used up. So this has 3 brats in it, about a pound or so of cut up potatoes, and 10 eggs. And this will actually last us for 2 breakfasts because we've all eaten and this is what's left over. So pretty good for a breakfast. Just another idea. I use mine as like a hash bowl and just put some salsa on top of it. You could add cheese. You could totally saute up vegetables in here and have just a whole big meal. You could put it in tacos if you wanted the extra carbs. Again, just another very inexpensive breakfast idea for you guys. For dinner tonight, we're doing chicken meatballs. So I kind of threw this together last minute. I had pulled out some ground chicken from the freezer. And I was like, you know what, chicken meatballs sound really good. So I will link the recipe that I use down below. They're a little uneven. I have some bigger ones and some smaller ones, but it'll work. I got 34 meatballs out of a 2-pound thing of chicken. I had all the ingredients on hand. It was just like an egg, panko bread, panko, or however you say it, panko, breadcrumbs, and some Parmesan cheese and some seasoning. So it's really quick and simple to put together, bake them in the oven. And voila. These would actually go, because I'm doing couscous and corn, this would actually go really well with like a Greek sauce, like a tzatziki or something like that, but I don't have everything to make that. So we're having a side of Alfredo. I'm actually also, I had some spaghetti squash that needed to be cooked up, so have those drizzled with some olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and stuck them in the oven. And I'll have one with my dinner instead of the couscous, and then one tomorrow for lunch, whatever I end up making, and just drizzle some Alfredo sauce over it. So, oh, and we're also having corn on the side. So that couscous kind of was like my inspiration for the meal, because we've had 2 boxes of couscous for quite a while now. I didn't want them to go bad, so I ended up just throwing them in there, and whatever we don't eat today, we can have for lunch tomorrow. Quick and easy dinner. Big girls are out swimming. Autumn's taking a nap. Everly's just chilling, watching them outside. We are prepping some corn dog muffins just because I had them. Had a bunch of those chicken franks in the freezer. So cut them up, made a big thing of corn muffin mix. Very simple recipe of all recipes. We can pop them in the freezer, but honestly they'll probably eat them in the last few days. And then I made up some bruschetta, which, yes, I know can be pronounced bruschetta, but it's bruschetta in our house. So I just had some tomatoes, some feta cheese, some basil from my plant, a tablespoon of olive oil, some balsamic glaze, salt and pepper, garlic. Yeah, and we're gonna have it with some pita chips. It's gonna be good. This is how the muffins turned out. Really, really cute. I haven't broken down the points for Weight Watchers or anything like that. I don't know that I'm going to be eating these, but we actually gave them to the girls for dinner with some leftover cabbage, and I just put some, yes, it has hot dogs in it, a side of carrots, and some coleslaw that I had in the fridge, and that's what their dinner is going to be, and then maybe a little snack after. But pretty well rounded. I was going to do a side of like mac and cheese or something, but because of the cornbread, I just left it like this, and they're excited to dig in. Quick dinner idea. I had 2 chicken breasts in the fridge. I also had a bag of mini sweet peppers in there that I bought this last grocery haul, so I just chopped everything up, threw that together with some fajita seasoning. I had a couple a couple of avocados and some little grape tomatoes that needed to be used up, so I whipped that up. I had 1 can of refried beans. I didn't have any fresh, or else I would have just ground up pinto beans. We've done that in the past. Some leftover couscous from the other day. I just zhuzhed it up with some garlic and lemon juice and some basil from my plant outside, and that is what we're having. I'm using the Carbsense tortillas, and then everybody else is using just a regular flour tortillas. That is what's for dinner tonight. A nice little twist. You could also make, I just happen to have couscous left over. You could make rice, of course, whatever you want, but I didn't want the couscous to go bad, and so we're using it up. Okay, this is this week's grocery haul. I did a little bit different. My total was $53.79, but you can see that it says other checks $27 because originally my total was $80.79. That is from the formula. I had 3 rewards coupons, and surprisingly they let me use all 3. One was $17 and 2 $5 ones, and that is just for buying the formula and being a part of the rewards program, which is pretty cool. So I used that, so that helped. I did go over $3.79 because the remainder of it was from the formula. The formula was $32.82 total, so $5.82 over, or was for the formula, so it would have put me under the $50 budget, but still, you know, it is what it is. Originally, I was planning on counting her formula towards, but that'll honestly only last us a week, and I'll have to rebuy it next week, so it's just a big part of the budget every single week, so not a big deal. $53.79. Let me show you what I got. So normally we can do about 2 milks a week. I have a little bit left over, a little less than half a gallon from last week, so we'll finish up that one and then we'll have this one for the week. I needed some more flour. I was almost out and I wanted to make some bread because I did not buy actual bread slices this week, so I picked up another flour. I wanted to pick up this last week, the Olive Garden light Italian dressing. I love this stuff on salads. It's so good. It's actually really good with, like, even if you're just making a stir fry to pour on top, it gives it some good flavor, and it is pretty expensive. It's like $3.40, so I didn't have it in the budget last week, so I picked it up this week. I've been wanting to pick up some dill weed. This was $1.99. The fruit that was on sale this week was the black plums. They were 97 cents a pound, so I picked up 6 of them. We still have some of those Gala apples in the fridge, so that'll tide us over. We have, let's see, Gala apples, some fruit cups from the emergency stockpile, and I still have one of the grapefruits, and a couple of bananas from last week. So plums to add. The cantaloupes were 97 cents a piece, so I picked up 2. This was the item that I was supposed to get free last week, so I used my rain check to pick up the free one, and then I did the deal again, and it was just buy these Carbsense Tortillas, which I had on the list to buy anyway, and you got these for free. So these 2 multi-rounds are free. I actually really like these with sandwiches. I want to say they're 2 points on Weight Watchers. I have to double check. I think they're 2 points, or they may be 3 points, but they're really good. You can make grilled cheese, you can make sandwiches, you can make pretty much anything. You can have them with oatmeal or grits in the morning. You can have them with peanut butter. You can toast them and use them as little crackers. They're really good. So those 2, the Carbsense Tortillas, these are only 1 point a piece. I picked up a sweet potato, just 1, because I can get lots of baby food sides of this 1 large potato for Everly versus the $1.27 in actual baby food. Will only feed her like 2 baby food pouches. So this I can get several days out of, which works nicely. I'll put that in the Instant Pot and steam it up for her. 2 cucumbers because I only have 1 left from last week. 2 blocks of cream cheese because I'm completely out. Some fat-free cheddar and fat-free mozzarella. You can do a quarter of a cup of each of these for 0 points. So I just like to sprinkle it on salads and stuff like that. I had a little bit of cheddar left, no mozzarella, so I picked up 1 of each. The formula, these were on sale, the Thomas English muffins, the Nooks and Crannies, for $2 for the 6-pack. So I picked those up for the girls' breakfast, or, you know, to supplement or to make like egg sandwiches and stuff in the morning. I picked up the Pepperidge Farm wheat sliders for our pulled pork sandwiches tonight for dinner. I needed some sliced cheese. I didn't get this last week, so I picked up 1 pack of the Colby and Monterey Jack for sandwiches. 1 purple onion, and you can see here I printed out the little tickets so I knew exactly what I was spending. So this onion was 70 cents. 3 more avocados. I only have 1 left over from last week. 1 bunch of bananas, because like I said, I only have a couple. Another spaghetti squash. This guy was only $2.81, and I prefer, no one in the family really likes this but me, but if we're having a pasta dish, I like having this as my side instead of regular pasta. So I've been having that, and I used up the one that we had. A small bag of carrots because we do have a few carrots left over from a previous grocery trip, so this will get us through the week. 5-pound bag of russet potatoes. Normally I would buy the 10 or sometimes even 2 10-pound bags, but the 5-pound will get us through the week. We've been doing potato and egg tacos, chorizo and papas, stuff like that for breakfast. It's been working well, and for very inexpensive it stretches far. And then this could have debatably not been included in this haul, but it's the little ice cream cups for Autumn's birthday. I got the pack with vanilla and chocolate, and these were like $4.50 for this pack here. So again, I did not include her cake in this. Her cake with cupcakes was right around $25. So I didn't include that, and I'm not including the food that we're using for her party because she wants McDonald's, but I did include the ice cream. So again, I would have been even under budget with the formula. I know it's your birthday soon. With the formula, I would have been under budget if I had not included this, but you know, it is what it is. So that's what I got this week for $53.79. Not too shabby. I think it's going to get us all the way through next week. And I was going to give you guys a tour of the fridge and the pantry and the freezer, but again, honestly, they're not that different. The fridge is the thing that looks the emptiest, and we've been replenishing it with everything that I've been buying each week. The pantry, the snacks are starting to get a little less, but not a ton. I mean, we just have a lot of snacks still to get through. So it's looking pretty good, and even like the cans and stuff, as we're using them, I'm bringing them from the outside pile. So the freezer is what's looking the most bare, I would say, out of everything, because we're using up the meat and all of that. And the emergency stockpile is starting to get a little bit lower. So we're definitely rotating everything out. This month of doing the pantry challenge is for sure going to help, not only budget wise, but just again, make sure nothing goes to waste and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's meals and my little grocery haul. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. I know last week I got some really great feedback from you guys. You're loving this, and I'm so happy to share it with you. So leave me those comments down below as well. Leave suggestions for each other for menus and whatnot. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next week.